Welcome to Draw Tip Tuesday. Here's your weekly dose of inspiration to build a creative habit, one drawing at a time. Brought to you by Sketchbook Skool. Hello and welcome to Draw Tip Tuesday. I'm excited that you're here. I'm excited to be here. And today I will be talking about traveling. When you are traveling, the hardest part isn't really what you can draw during your travels, because every trip is an adventure and there's so much to see, which means there's also so much to draw, and there's so much to do, which also means there's so much to draw. But the biggest problem is actually, what tools should you bring? I will show you my favorite tools that I like to bring on a trip or when traveling. This is what I would bring if I would be traveling anywhere tomorrow morning. Sketchbook, very important. My sketchbook is fairly new, so I have enough space. I might also want to take a small accordion sketchbook, perhaps. This is an A5 sketchbook, but you can also choose a smaller one that maybe fits in your backpack. The accordion sketchbooks, this one is from a Dutch store, Hema, but you have these also with watercolor paper in them from different brands. Here's one from Hahnemühle, and I haven't tried it yet, but I think it's pretty exciting. Here. This is what I do with these fun accordion sketchbooks. I went to Berlin for a weekend and I filled a whole accordion sketchbook just drawing my adventure there. And then I will have two of these pencil cases. One with pens and one with colored pencils. And this is a collection of my favorite colors, actually, and thinking about, well, what if I want to draw, paint or draw greens? I have some different kinds of greens and some really fun and funky colors that I really like. And of course, I keep a small pencil sharpener in there too. One of these clips, because you never know. If you are somewhere, it's windy, it's really handy to just open up your sketchbook and use your clip so it stays open. So that's something that I always pack. Pens. I bring a lot of pens actually, and I might choose to take a few less than these, but actually I kind of like this big choice of pens. So I have one bold fountain pen with black in it, black ink, which is carbon ink, so it's waterproof. And then I have this TWSBI pen, TWSBI, which is has a smaller nib, a finer nib, but also the same carbon black ink. This is a Lamy Safari with a bold nib. And then I have two more Lamy Safaris with bold nibs, one with red ink, one with blue ink. I might consider not to take those because I also have this, and that works just as well for the blue and the red ink, only it's colored pencil. Then I have one of my favorite fountain pens is this Sailor with a feued nib. I have one that has black ink, again, waterproof black ink that is friendly for the fountain pen. And I have another one, exactly the same, but it's filled with gray ink because I really like gray ink and using that. Another fountain pen with a fine nib with gray ink in it, so I can combine everything, like thick lines and thin lines. You never know what you need, right? And still, it doesn't take that much space in your bag. And then I also use these pocket brush pens, Pentel pocket brush pens. They are actually a brush tip, and they are filled with waterproof black ink. And I always take one or two extra cartridges with me as well, just in case I run out. And then I also like to take this one. It's exactly the same, only it's like a pen with a converter in it, which I fill with gray ink. So I have a brush pen with black ink and one with gray ink. And that is just really because I love working with brush pens. And I like to have two different choices of ink. And then I also take this one because Uniball rollerball pens are really great to just chuck into your bag. If you just want to bring one pen, I would bring this one. I really like those. It's the ink in it is waterproof. It's very juicy when you use it on the paper. It rolls onto your paper, and it's just really a great pen. Always good to have with you, just in case all of these run out of ink. Then you have this one as well, or you can just use them together. I like to not bring a bottle of ink. I just fill all my pens, fill them up completely before I start traveling. It depends on how long I will be traveling. It also depends how many pens I will take with me. If I take one fountain pen, then I will take a bottle of ink with me. But I just don't like traveling with bottles of ink and too much stuff. I just want everything contained in a pencil case. So it means that if I run out of ink with one of these pens, I just need to move on to the next one, or to another one, or to a different resource, or use my colored pencils. They won't run out that fast, you know. There's a lot of them. And that makes you extra creative. So instead of bringing a whole bunch of tools, try to collect the ones that are really favorite for you, and that will bring you a long way. That will get you a long way. With this is a very tiny, small, cute travel watercolor set that I inherited from my grandfather, so I can't tell you where it came from or where you can buy it. And I actually always use it along with a water brush filled up with water, so that's all you need to paint. And then you might have been wondering what this is. That's actually a sweatband. And this way, I have everything that I need to paint. I have my water, and my brush, and my paint, and I can wipe my brush on that cloth that is my sweatband. So it's pretty cool. There's also this. I love to use stamps. You can use them to, you know, give your drawings a title, or stamp the place you were at, or stamp the date. It's also great to bring stamp pads with you, because sometimes if you're in a national park, for example, they have stamps, and those are great to stamp in your sketchbook. What I also always bring is some type of glue, and this is a really great handy tool. And then one last tip. Some people are like, okay, so I'm traveling, I want to draw on location. What do I actually, what do I do if people notice me? Is that scary? Is it okay? What do I do if they come up to me, you know? Well, I have a tip that actually follows two tracks. One, if you are outside and you are in the sun or whatever, you have to wear a hat to protect yourself from the sun. And maybe you should also think about bringing sunglasses. Look what happens now. If I'm drawing right now, nobody can actually see what I am looking at, or what I'm actually doing. So the chance that people come up to you if you look like this, you're kind of incognito. So that might actually really help to feel a little more confident while you are drawing on the location. Okay, let's move over to a little bit of drawing. I'm just quickly drawing my tools. Sometimes you don't have that much time, because you might be with travel buddies who are like, come on, we want to go for coffee or we want to go to the museum. And you're like, but I want to draw this scene here and I'm having so much fun. Then you just have to be quick. I think this will do. DTT, Draw Tip Tuesday. If you do the same as I do, drawing your kit, your toolkit, your favorite tools, please share your drawings. Use the hashtag DTT in action, because then I get to see them, I can find them, I get to see them, and I love that. And also, if you like Draw Tip Tuesdays and you don't want to miss out on them, then you should sign up for the newsletter. And here's the link, bit.ly/DTT sign up. And that way you just fill your email address and I will send you an email every week when the new Draw Tip Tuesday is ready to watch for you. All right, so that was it for today. I hope you have a wonderful day, and don't forget to share your art, and I will see you next week. Thank you. Bye.